Schiavone anything.
Huh.
What is up, my man, Tony Schiavone?
Casio, my good friend, first of all, show us your freaking earrings. Come on, baby. Come on.
Woo!
Woo, look at that. Huh?
Got them Billy Grahams in, baby.
I don't know, man. It's kind of inspired by Nick Jackson, if you ask me.
I can take that. We
Yeah,
both
buddy.
got the same amount of hair on top, I think.
Hey, I'd just like to say it's great to see that Justin Davis is still alive. I wasn't sure about that for a long time. Okay. Unfortunately, I know that top guy, Heel Eddie, is still alive. And there you go. And Coach Rosie, what the hell is on your forehead? My God, guys.
Oh,
Okay.
this is going to be awesome.
In honor of, I got to keep it 55th with you, Tony. You know, this whole CMAC thing has really gotten to me. And instead of getting Hoover Killer put on my forehead, I got Bug put right on my forehead.
A bug tattoo
on his forehead, on hood, and
on hood.
On hood. And by the way, just to warn everybody tonight that here's the bug. Boom. He's got his back to us, which means everything is okay. But he and Chewy got into something in the backyard, and they both got the shits. So if Bug turns around and starts looking at us, I've got to take him downstairs to take a shit. So then you can talk amongst yourself at that time. I would be back.
We'll warn you. We'll warn you if he turns his head.
Oh, I'll know. He'll go, brr, brr, he'll be barking at me and everything. So there you go.
By the way, ironically, if I do the same thing, guys, I've got to take a shit. I'll be back. Y'all can handle the queue.
Yeah. There may have been some questions about why Casio and not Lauren as our host tonight. And I just decided that Casio had the bigger boobs. So,
boy, I mean, it's a close, but I got it. We measured.
Yeah, there you go.
I had to show them to Tony for 10 minutes when y'all popped in.
Yeah. And I've seen Casio's boobs. Okay. So I know what they look like. So I went with that one. Okay.
You do. Me and Tony seen a lot of each other. That's
we have. We were in the pool at Conrad Thompson's house a long time ago. It's probably my last trip to Conrad's when it was like 80 degrees outside, maybe 85 degrees in Huntsville, Alabama. But in the infinity pool, the water was 28 degrees. So it was like, fuck, warm this fucker up. And then I saw Casio's boobs and how erect the nipples got. And so I thought, I'll just let him host this here. So, hey, I'm done. I'm done for the night. Good to see everybody. Got to take the bug out the shit. Okay.
Just going to be us the rest of the night. You come back when he's done and we'll wrap it up. All right, let's get to everyone. Everyone's got questions, so we'll try to get to everybody. If I accidentally skip you, if we get close to the end, I haven't got to you, just send me a reminder in the chat box. Keep yourself muted. Y'all know the drill. Let's have some fun. Let's start with, is it Zoel or Zoel?
It's Zoel.
Zoel, what's up, brother?
Don't worry, I've been called a lot worse, so we
okay.
Casio, I think this is actually the first time that I've been on a chat where you've been hosting, so it's great to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. I know it's the first one because I would have remembered Zoel. That's my first Zoel. Oh,
let's go.
Okay.
All right. Tony, I first want to say it has been a very difficult 90 days for me.
I'm sorry.
Going through my second divorce. So what happened when has been very much a spirit lifter for me.
Well, that's great.
Listening to you and Conrad and feeling like I'm the third wheel, which I think I'm going to be for the rest of my life, which is okay.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
It's been very, the humor has got me through that process because divorce is never fun. So I really appreciate what you and Conrad have done. It's brought a lot of joy to my life on that aspect.
Well, Zoel, thank you for saying that. I say this many times. I hear a lot of things from different people, and obviously from different listeners, and obviously 98% of it is positive, 99% is positive, and especially here on ad-free shows and on my own channel, WHW Monday. Sometimes I think about what I do for a living and how I feel, and I really feel this way deep in my heart, that there's a lot of people out there who have more important jobs than I do. Doctors, first responders, people who work with, teachers. Okay. I mean, they have the important jobs. So I never really think my job is that important. But then I hear you say what you say, and then I realize that, maybe we are important to a lot of people. And so I just want to let you know that what you just said means a lot to me. And I'm really sorry about your divorce. Lois and we're getting ready to be married 41 years, which is kind of like the World 600 NASCAR race. Just go round and round and round and round. You think the fucker will never stop. But anyway, that's, I appreciate you saying that, buddy. Where do you live, Zol? Where are you from?
I'm actually from, I'm from Alaska.
Oh, wow.
But I live in Southeast Kansas. So,
okay.
Kansas City Royals, let's go.
Yeah. All right.
But real quick, I got two quick questions. The first one, with Top Guy Weekend being announced, I'm asking this of all the ad-free shows hosts.
Yeah.
Top Guy Weekend coming up in Chicago in September.
Right.
For you, what are the rules of Tony Schiavone? Like, if we come up to you, whether it's Top Guy Weekend or perhaps a Comic-Con, like, as far as rules go, like if someone was to approach you, like, what are you looking for as far as a healthy communication interaction?
First of all, you got to stand on your head and fart the Star Spangled Banner.
Okay. Working on that.
Start practicing, brother.
Okay. So yeah. Start practicing. Okay. Last Top Guy Weekend, unfortunately, and those of you who were there, know that, last Top Guy Weekend, James L. Corey got me very drunk. And I was so drunk that I was Frank Bruno, don't shake your head.
Shocker.
So I'm going to be sober this time because I really haven't been drunk since that last time. But no, listen, just come up and approach me. Those of you who know me know I'm very, very approachable because I feel like I'm just like you guys. I'm a big time wrestling fan that just was fortunate enough to get on this side of the camera. So I think I'm very approachable. There's no rules. And please come up and say hello. Okay.
Okay. Second question, real quick.
Sure.
What is the weirdest thing you have done with your eyes wide open?
Stand on my head and fart the Star Spangled Banner. No, the weirdest thing I ever done with my eyes wide open.
I think that was a Silva reference.
Yeah. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Oh, get the
Have you
fuck
stuck
out.
a pee-pee
there's
with your eyes
Dave
wide
Silva.
Yeah, Silva's here. Get out of here. Well, it hadn't been what Silva promised to do. I can tell you that. Okay.
You would lie.
Let's see. I took a shit in a moving car.
That works.
You didn't close your eyes for that?
No.
It must have came out easy, brother.
Thank you so much for the time, Tony. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
By the way, the last text message I received from Dave Silva says, "Hey, Chico, thanks again for the tickets this past weekend. We all had a blast. Now all you got to do is blast my teeth out with that pee-pee. Them's the rules." So, what are we dealing with?
What are we dealing with? What is Dave Silva's wife dealing with? That's the freaking question.
A lot of teeth blasted.
Yeah, stop it.
Her eyes are closed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get another question in. Let's go to my man Art. Where you at, brother?
Hey, sorry. First of all, thank you, Tony. Thanks for being here as always.
Thanks, Art. I appreciate you, buddy.
You coming to C2E2 this year or too close to Top Guy Weekend?
I don't know yet. I'm probably going to come to it. I really enjoy those. I enjoy, well, obviously I enjoy making money, but I also enjoy meeting people, and I love Comic Cons. A lot of the stuff that you see behind me here was purchased in Comic Cons, and I've got I don't know if this will do it any justice or not, but I've got over here a Batman collection. You see right there. I've got like 3 things of Batman. And I've got I've got some prints that Neil Adams, one of the great Batman illustrators, have signed for the Batcave. So I like Comic Cons for two reasons. Again, I like being able to sell my wares, meeting fans, and I just like being there. I think they're cool. Although C2E2 last year was a little bit pared down, and I guess you were there, Art. It was pared down because I guess none of the big ones like Marvel or DC even put up a booth. So
I actually was not. I was there a couple of years ago, and I had I actually mentioned to you I worked customer service at the time and got a chat from Tommy Young.
Oh, wow.
So, but my real question is, shoot, actually, I just lost it. Wow.
Okay. That's all right. Hey, I don't know how old you are, but I lose shit all the time.
About to be 35.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wait 30 years, you won't even know who your fucking name is. Okay.
Oh, here's my question.
Okay.
What'd you think of the whole Angel Hernandez debacle the other night?
I know you're talking about an umpire. I'm really not keeping up with the baseball at all. Not at all. So I don't know what happened.
He had 19 blown calls, and Kyle Schwarber went off on him. Yeah. In the ninth inning.
Well, let me say this, Art. Here's what's going to happen, and it's going to happen sooner or later, buddy. You're going to see automated umpires. You're going to see every play at first base be videotaped. Games are going to be 4 hours long, or it's going to be video reviewed. You're going to have the automated umpire. That's exactly what TV wants. And so, baseball can have itself and implode on itself. All I give a shit.
Thank you. I appreciate your takes on baseball.
All right. Thanks, buddy. I wish I was still the baseball fan, but I don't give a shit about it anymore. I give a shit about vintage stuff. I give a shit about collecting cards from the 60s and pictures. And I've got downstairs a baseball room, but it's full of vintage memorabilia. It's not full of any current shit, So they can have the fucking game. Hey, baseball can go fuck itself. So there you go.
There we go. I was waiting on the punctuation.
Thank you.
Let's go to our next question with the man with the only tattoo as big as Cody's, Josh Rosenbaum. Coach, what's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? Good to see everybody.
Hey, Coach.
Tony, what's up? I got a couple questions about. First of all, I want to ask about Serena Deeb.
Yeah.
I didn't catch how she got that big goose egg on her eyeball,
right.
And how is she doing today? Because damn, when at the end of the match, when you looked at her face, she was fighting off tears. She was tough as nails. What was that all about?
Well, she's a tough girl, and she actually got hurt. And I don't know if you've seen the what she put on social media today or not. What happened was when they did this spot where Sheeta got the powder in her face and was swinging wildly with the kendo stick. She kind of ducked, but the edge of the kendo stick caught her in the face, and that's what hit it. And it was like a goose egg, almost like a baseball. I remember I grabbed her and I hugged her because she and I are really good friends. She's just a wonderful young lady, and I grabbed her and hugged her. I said, "You do know this is a work, don't you?" She said, "Oh no, it was the kendo stick. It caught me when I tried to duck out of the way." So she was hurt, but she's tough. She's going to be okay. She really is. It's going to take a little while for that to heal, though.
Right,
yeah.
Right. That was a heck of a match.
Yeah.
And then the other one. This is no criticism. I need to know the theory behind it because you've been in the back and heard plenty of booking meetings. What is the theory behind, and I'm not talking that the background behind AEW, but why are they flipping the TNT championship so much? Like 2 weeks Sammy, 2 weeks Scorpio, and not having that long sustained drive. I thought when Scorpio won it the first time, we were going to have him for a significant amount of time.
Yeah. That is a great question, Coach. I don't know the thought behind that. The only thing I can tell you is that it's all in the mind of Tony Khan, and he comes up with all this stuff, and I can't explain it I do work a lot closer with him now than ever before. So I'm privy to what he wants and his direction going forward. Why? A lot of times I just don't give a shit. I say, okay, yeah, it's fine. And he doesn't ask my opinion. Some things he does, but very rarely does he. I don't know what that's about. Here's my thought about this, and maybe I'm wrong. And listen, I have nothing to base this on. There's nothing that I know inside behind this, but Sammy has turned himself into a heel. I mean, he's almost become like what Cody Rhodes was before he left, right? Trying to be a babyface, and all of a sudden the fans turn against him and boo him. And a lot of that has been because of what he and Ty have done on social media, you know. And now they're just embracing the heel persona. And maybe Tony wanted a babyface run with the belt, and realized Tony wasn't the babyface to run with the belt, and maybe Sky is going to be the babyface to run with it. Listen, I personally, I would give it to Sky and let him keep it forever.
I agree.
Because he gives you great matches. He looks good. I love that promo where he snaps his fingers and it goes to black. It's so freaking cool. And if I were booking, I would say, all right, Sky, you got the belt. We're going to keep it on you. So that's the only thing I think, that maybe that they wanted a baby face, or Tony wants a baby face to run with it. And Sammy's just not the baby face right now to run with it, because he'd just soon stick his tongue down Ty's throat as he would wrestle, seemingly.
Yeah. Hey, and the next time you're with Tony, on behalf of the 35 guys that go to Rebels Happy Hour every other Sunday, we'd like to see her a little bit more on TV. We miss her. We miss her. And I think the Sad News Bears miss her seeing her on TV. It's just spread the word for us, Tony. We love her.
I will, and I appreciate that. I just do. I know that Rebel and I are friends, although we haven't really talked that much lately because of my work backstage. It's kind of consumed me. But I get it. And someone said to me, there are a lot of people. There's a lot of people online who want to see more of Rebel. And who was it that said that to me backstage? And I said, yeah, I know those fuckers. I know who they are. Okay. I know one of them's Top Guy Heel Eddie. And I told Rebel the other day, I said, Rebel, there's a guy named Top Guy Heel Eddie who has a boner every time we say your name. Anyway.
Has Rebel ever told you about Marty? Has Rebel ever told you about Marty in these weekends? Ask her about Marty next time.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Mike McClanahan, let's get you in, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Casio. Great to talk to you again. And Tony, great to talk to you as always. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
my question this evening, on a previous one of these, I talked to you a little bit about your work with Coliseum Video, and I wanted to kind of elaborate on that because I think it's a part of your career that we don't talk about it as much as we should. Can you talk a little bit about what maybe went into producing some of those tapes that some of us casual fans wouldn't know? And maybe more specifically, what's something that was really kind of a challenge that we might look at as being deceptively simple with producing, say, in that era would have been a videotape?
I appreciate that question, Mike. I really do, because that was, I look back on that era or that year, and it was it's still one of my fondest memories of wrestling, because all of a sudden I became a producer, and they brought me in. They wanted me to produce the video cassettes and obviously be an announcer. And I really loved producing, and I didn't realize how much I loved it until I started doing Coliseum videos. We would sit down with Bruce Pritchard, who was my boss at that time. Kevin Dunn really didn't have a say-so in this, or maybe didn't want to have a say-so in this. But the hierarchy in the WWE was much different in '89 as it is now. And they would decide, well, we haven't done a video on this guy, and we need to do a video on this guy. And, of course, we also had videos on all the pay-per-views, which back then were 4 pay-per-views, our main 4 pay-per-views. And then we had what we called rack jobs, which were these tapes that were shorter in length and were a cheaper premium price. And they were called like the best of WrestleMania or the best of Hulkamania or something like that. And the first one I had to do was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And I remember it was me. I had to come up with the entire idea. And I came up with the entire idea, and I would get into edit suites with a editor, and we would just create things. We would create videos, and we would create. We didn't have the all the things at our disposal that we have now, all the bells and whistles. But what we did have, we made the best of it, and we would spend a long time putting those things together. And I remember when the first one, we took it into the Coliseum Video people who had their office in New York City, and they watched a screener of it, and they got back in touch with me. They said, "This is one of the best videos that we have seen because it's apparent that you've put a lot of time into this." And I said, "Yeah, I have, and I really enjoy what I'm doing." I was able to go and do whatever I wanted to do. I flew out to San Diego one time just by myself to do a site survey on an idea I had about Jimmy Snuka. And I also flew out to Tucson, Arizona to do a site survey on a thing I was going to do with the Bushwhackers. So I had kind of an unlimited budget back then, and I could do whatever I wanted to do. And we really had a good time, had great staffs. What people don't realize, though, is that when we had a pay-per-view, like a WrestleMania or SummerSlam or something, I had to get that tape out the next day. And you couldn't just roll in the WrestleMania. You had to concise it down to what the max of a videotape was. Let's say the WrestleMania went 3 hours and the videotape was 2 hours and 45 minutes. That was the max. I had to cut 15 minutes out of that. So I had to literally go back overnight and work on the video or work on that. And I would put exclusive interviews in it. So you would tune into the WrestleMania video cassette that I produced, and the interview that you saw in WrestleMania was replaced by the same person, but an exclusive interview that you only saw on the videotape. And my fondest memory, which is really a kind of a cool story, WrestleMania 5, we were in Atlantic City, and I had to get the video cassette out the next morning, and I had to get it in the hands of Coliseum Video the next morning. So I was going to fly on a private plane out of WrestleMania at the Atlantic City airport with Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, and Dick Ebersol, who worked with Saturday Night's Main Event at that time, and we got in a limousine and we drove to the airport. The plane was not there. We waited. The plane was not there. And the limousine driver says, "Well, I have to take you back to Atlantic City." And Dick Ebersol said, "You're not taking us back to Atlantic City. You're taking us to Connecticut." And he and the limousine driver got into a heated argument. And we drove the 3 hours to Stamford. And I stayed up all night. The tux that you saw me when I did the interviews in WrestleMania 5, if you watch that pay-per-view, the tux and the makeup stayed on me until like noon the next day, because I didn't even have a chance to shower, or I just went right into the edit suite and edited the thing the entire night in my tux. And I think about that fondly. I really do. I think about that. So I don't think fans realize the quick turnaround we had to do back then. But it was a challenge, but it was a challenge that I really enjoyed.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time and for your great answering my questions. Thanks again, Casio, for getting me on.
No problem, brother. Real quickly, since you are the dogs, Tony Schiavone, Trayvon Walker ended up going #1 to the Jags.
How about that, buddy?
Did you talk the Cons into taking him?
No, I felt stupid. Okay, here's why I felt real stupid. Because Tony, I was with Tony Conti the other night. He said, "What about Trayvon Walker, buddy?" And I went, "Yeah." And he was real disappointed that I just said, "Yeah."
Oh, no.
Because, again, I told Tony, I said, "I'm not following them anymore." I said, I I worked for them. The last season I worked for them was 2020. And had I waited one more season, I would have gotten a championship ring because the radio crew got one. That's bullshit. I don't give a shit about that. But anyway, so yeah. And I guess I should have said, oh, yeah, Trayvon Walker, yeah, I don't know many tackles or whatever. Okay. And Tony the other night had all of his draft charts out in front of him in his room, and we were talking over some things and had all the draft charts out. So there you go. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of dogs drafted in the first round, I believe.
A lot of them. Speaking of dogs, let's go to the top hill. Eddie Frazier. Your favorite.
What's up, Casio? Hey, Tony. First of all, I think that was a pretty good pick by the Jags. I think Travon Walker might have the most upside of the defensive ends that they were looking at. Hey, my question tonight for you, Tony, is I've been watching a lot of Arn Anderson's. He just been gone through like the Barry Windham heel turn. Do you think? I think that Crockett might have made a mistake by not making Barry the number one baby face for Crockett after Magnum's accident. Barry, there was no better in-ring worker to me in 86, 87, 88 than Barry Windham. Do you think Barry should have been the number one baby face like I do?
Yeah, that's a good point, Eddie. I think what hurt Barry was Barry just needed a better promo. And I think that hurt him. I think I said this many times, you go back and take a look at all the big stars, like Dusty and Magnum back then, and obviously Ric Flair, Arn Anderson. Those guys could talk. Barry was okay.
Yeah, but
he wasn't great.
But out of the baby faces during that time, Barry's promo skills were a lot better than Ronnie Garvin's or Nikita Koloff, and
right. Yeah.
I think if Ricky Morton was a little bigger, do you think, because Ricky Morton definitely had the promo skills, if Ricky was a little bigger, do you think he would maybe been pushed as the number one baby face?
No, I don't think so. I think Ricky was a tag team wrestler, you know.
Yeah.
But you're right, he had some good skills.
Yeah. Thanks for answering my question, Tony.
No problem, Eddie. Go fuck yourself, buddy. Hey, so listen, do you think we ought to somebody should call Keith Morrison's house and make sure he's okay? Keith, you there? You with us, bud?
This is obviously the most riveting Q&A
apparently
we've ever had on ad-free shows.
Wow.
We have a man dead.
We're going to feel bad if he really was, okay?
Watch this. Hurry. All right, let's go to Keith Morrison.
He's
gone.
All right, there you go.
All right, well,
hey, so listen, also, I have another question. Jacob Beardsley, are we sure this is not... That's Vince Russo. That's Vince Russo. Okay. All right. Vinny, you know, you and I were always buddies, man. Okay. I've never shit on you when other people have, man. All right. I'm sorry, Casio. Go ahead.
No doubt. Let's go to RJ, the ringside rant.
What's up, Casio?
What's up, brother?
Tony, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, I'm sure.
Thanks, RJ. I hope anything I say is not headlines for you.
No.
Okay, good.
Of course not. Everything goes in one ear out the other, just like
Casio.
You, buddy. Recently, you said that you're starting collecting the baseball cards.
Yeah.
You got the whole, I believe it was at 62.
I've got the top 69 and the entire top 65. Okay. Which were the ones I collected, oddly enough, when I was younger. I've got a lot of 66s, and I'm working on 1960 for some reason right now, but I'm not so sure I want to pay out $1,500 for a Mickey Mantle. A Mickey Mantle in poor condition.
So I was thinking about starting up collecting baseball cards again. I got out of it Just didn't have the time and finances and whatnot. But what is a year that you would suggest that I go after? Would it be like 70s, 80s, 90s?
87 tops. They're very rare.
Yeah. Okay.
They are?
No, I'm just kidding.
So I was
There's
saying
1 million.
I was going to say that I've got that whole set. So wow, I was going to go, man, I'll sell that, and then you guys can fuck off. You won't see me again. Okay. By the way, just to let you know, RJ, if I disappear off TV, one of two things: I'm dead or I've won the lottery. Okay.
And it's Casio's fault.
Yeah. So it's like Ron White, what the comedian once said. He said, if I ever win the lottery, there's a whole lot of people I'm going to tell kiss my ass. So anyway, let me ask you this. Did you grow up a baseball fan?
Yeah, I grew up a Yankee fan.
Good. What are your years of being your years as a kid in fandom?
I started probably about mid 90s.
Okay.
I collected, my great uncle sent me yearbooks for the Mets and the Yankees from about 86 to about 96. So I have those, but
right. Here's what I'm saying. And here's why collecting, I think, is so important, especially when baseball cards are concerned. It's because they mean something to you. The 1969 year meant something to me because it was the first year I really started watching baseball as a youngster. 65 meant something to me because I remember having those cards as I was a kid. So the emotion of collecting those cards and remembering your childhood was why I collected those two sets. And now the other ones I'm just kind of filling in the gaps, just because just kind of a hobby, But I can show you this. I've got what do I have? Yeah. This is my 1965 collection of tops that I just finished, and I've got every one, and it's these you probably can't see it, but the team name was on a pennant, and I just remember those as a child, and I've now collected the entire set. So maybe maybe I'll look at it maybe once a year or something like that, but I know that I got it. And I can go back and say, I remember that card. Why 69 is important to me is that was the first baseball card pack I ever remember opening. I opened a pack of tops that had the gum in it, and the first card I looked at was Rick Monday, Oakland A's, 1969 card. I became a big Oakland A's fan because of that. And I was an Oakland A's fan all through the 70s. And then Reggie, who became my favorite player, was traded to Baltimore in 76, and then he went to the Yankees in 77. So I became a Yankees fan because of that, because of Reggie. But what I'm saying is, I know it's I sound like Lois Schiavone giving you a long-term answer for a yes or no question. But but I just, those cards have an emotional meaning for me. And so that's what I would say the most fun you would have would be collecting cards that bring you back to your childhood. Okay. If you're looking for money to make money off of them, then you're really going to get deep in the weeds and chill out a lot of money. Right. But these cards just mean bring me back to my childhood. And that's kind of what what my career has kind of been about as of late, bringing people back to their childhood. And nostalgia means a lot to all of us. And my God, I'm living proof that nostalgia is strong with people. So that's what I would say to collect. Now, in the 90s, starting in 89, Upper Deck's first series was 1989. And Upper Deck got into the game and then completely fucked the game over because they flooded the market with cards. And so the Upper Deck series, all those didn't mean as much as the old Topps Vintage. So if you want to me, the cooler cards are all the way up until 1990. 60 to 1990 are the cooler cards. So,
all right, awesome. Thanks, Tony. I look forward to seeing you Top Guy weekend.
Thanks, RJ. Good talking to you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Let's go next to the man who originally did the Keith Morrison pose at Top Guy Weekend, Mr. Pondwater Dave.
Dave still doesn't know how to operate his microphone.
I thought he was going to unmute me. How you doing, Tony?
Hey, Dave, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what flavor is that?
That is the only flavor. That's the only flavor. It's good. It's called Ultra Fiesta Mango.
Oh, that one's okay. I like the rosé, and they've discontinued it. Go figure.
Well, there you go. See, because that wasn't worth a shit. That's why they discontinued. Okay.
Well, I was going to ask. I wasn't going to back off my question, even though you said fuck baseball.
Okay.
Are you in the loop on the Savannah Bananas?
Yes. I've read some things about them. I know that they do a lot of cool things. I know if a fan catches a fly ball, it's an out, which I think is pretty cool. They're kind of like the Globetrotters of baseball.
That's how I described them to Steph.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, it's a very novel, and you know, it's probably bringing fun back to the game again. You know.
Yeah.
I've been following what is going on in the Bay Area with Oakland and trying to get a new stadium, and hopefully the A's do not go to Las Vegas. My God, and the battles that's going on, I guess, between the owner of the A's and the San Francisco media and all that bullshit. And then there's talk. You know, you look in the stands and the baseball ratings are down from what I understand, and the ticket sales are down. And I guess Major League Baseball says, well, we got to do something. Well, I think one of the reasons the baseball is the way it is because they fuck with it too much. That being said, the Savannah Bananas have done it right.
Oh, I love it. I think it's a lot of fun, and I don't know how that's why I was asking. I knew you're kind of traditional, and I didn't know if it was too much, but
yeah. Well, you know what? They are an independent team, right? They're not affiliated with any major league team.
I checked into their tickets. It looked like they're just touring a few cities.
Yeah, they're an independent team, which means you don't have to be signed by a major league team to be a part of the team. And listen, the only thing you have to do is look in the minor leagues and see how much Major League Baseball has fucked up the minors. Major League Baseball is an organization that fucks up everything it touches. Okay. And I'm saying that, and I know that I'll never get into Major League Baseball by saying this, which was my goal at one time, but they have fucked up everything they've touched. And it's because they're letting TV run their product. When you do that, then you're fucked.
It's not like it was. I was listening to what you said about your cards with 65 and 69.
Yeah.
Steph has a bunch of baseball cards, and we got them out and went through them. And when we hit the early 80s Texas Rangers, you know, that was my fandom with Charlie Huff and Scott Fletcher and Steve Buechele and Jim Sundberg.
Yeah.
Pete Incaviglia. It really took me back.
One of my more expensive cards that I bought from, and I can't remember how much the price was, from the 69 collection was Nolan Ryan's rookie card with the Mets.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
you see the trailer for his documentary?
I have not. No.
I'll actually go to the movies. Fathom Events is going to have a screening in it. If it's here in Jackson, I'm going to go.
Cool. That's good.
I love Nolan. Saw his 5,000th strikeout.
There you go, buddy.
Well, it's good to talk to you, Tony.
Same here, Dave.
Tell Tony Khan that we got a nice Coliseum in Jackson that would be perfect for television.
Okay, I will. And Keith Morrison's still asleep.
Okay. Pronounced dead at 7:35 Central Time. Let's get where's our El Corey at? Where you at, brother?
I'm right here, Casio. Thank you for getting me on.
Up,
you know, appreciate it. Good to see you again. You know, with the shirt on this time, always a plus. Mr. Schiavone, it's an honor to talk to you. You know, I've been a fan for a long time.
Well, thank you, Mr. Elkery.
It's El Karai. You know.
Oh,
that.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
How you doing, Tony?
Good.
Good. Well, I was my quick question is I was just watching an old Jake the Snake match and with his new podcast and all that stuff. like the way he's changed his life and everything.
Yeah.
Is there any good, like a new age Jake the Snake stories you can share with us, like behind the scenes?
The only thing I can tell you is that he is much more, much friendlier and jovial than he used to be. And of course, I worked with him like in the WWE in '89, and then the early years of WCW. He was always to himself. Back then, he was gruff. He didn't have really much to say. Didn't smile a lot. He's changed his life around, health wise, and he's also changed his life around as far as being a person. He is so much fun to be around, and some of the most fun I have is backstage in the coach's room. I don't get to spend as much time in there as I used to, James, but in the coaches' rooms, a lot of time there'll be Billy Gunn, Arn Anderson, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jerry Lynn, and Dean Malenko. And you're talking about fun, just listening to them talk and listening to them rip on each other. And Jake rips on everybody. He's got a line for everybody. Only thing I can tell you about Jake behind the scenes is he is really, really a great guy to hang out with now. And everybody loves him backstage. And you probably couldn't say that about Jake the Snake back during his career. And I'm sure drugs and alcohol played into that as well, But the Jake the Snake now is pretty freaking cool.
That's awesome, man. It's good to see a little, like kind of turn in life and everything like that. So,
yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Hopefully I get to interact with you again soon. I mean, this is my first time talking to you, so I really appreciate you taking the time for me tonight.
Yeah. Same here, James Elkery. And also, I just want to let you know that there's a lesson in all this, that when you don't drink too much, okay, you're a pretty good guy.
I'll be damned. Hey, I'm drinking a Code Red Mountain Dew right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm coming around, Tony. Okay. I'm coming around.
There you go, buddy. That's it.
Appreciate it, man.
That's what I am not going to get drunk during Top Guy weekend.
Well, hey, we still got a couple months away from that.
Stop it, James.
Never say never. Okay, isn't that what they say in the wrestling business?
Okay. Mute his Florida Gator ass right now. Go ahead.
Appreciate it.
All right, bye. Oh, by the way, the Dallas Cowboys suck.
See, now that was unfair. Yeah. Okay. But,
parting shot.
Ouch. All love, Tony.
Woo.
All right. Let's go to the one and only. Some call him the clown, Mr. Sean Jones.
How you doing, Casio?
Good to see you, brother.
Been a minute.
Yeah, man.
Tony fucking Schiavone.
Well, you know what? Just like Sean Jones to fucking show up and talk to me once a fucking year.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I am outstanding.
Well, okay.
No, seriously.
Okay, great.
Got a promotion at work. I got a big raise. Life's good right now.
Yeah.
You didn't sleep through Tony's Q&A like Keith, so you're great, dude.
Yeah, man. Keith
but I did have one question.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
When's AEW coming to India?
Well, I have no idea, but that is still a running joke backstage. I mean, you just Sean is talking about that back then, before we had Rampage, I used to do the post-game show on the AEW YouTube channel. And we had questions all the time. When is AEW coming to India? And it was like,
And of course, it was during COVID.
Right.
Like during the pandemic, when are you guys going to come halfway around the world to, Yeah.
And, and I want to be, and I am, I'm nice to people, but in the back of my mind and trying to be nice to people online, I'm saying, shut the fuck up. Okay. So, it was, I think we got a TV show in India now. I think so. So who knows? I don't know. You guys may know because I don't read a lot about COVID, but I don't know if COVID is ravaging the country like it did at one time or not. But it was pretty bad at one time. Another reason to live in Marietta, Georgia. By the way, for those of you keeping count, it is 8:47 Eastern Time. and Keith Morrison's still asleep, as you can see. Okay.
All right, buddy. Well, I can't wait to see you in Chicago.
Thanks, Sean. I can't wait to see you too, buddy. Thanks for finally showing up to something I do, fucker.
Well, I work late on Tuesdays, and most of these things happen on Tuesdays. So
yeah. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good bullshit answer. I appreciate that. All right.
It's what happens when you live on the West Coast.
Okay. So, just for those of you who are with us on WHW Monday, we do now watch-alongs every Friday night at 10 o'clock Eastern of Rampage. It's actually turned into the Top Guy Heel Eddie show, but we still do a watch-along Rampage. I just got to mute Eddie like every 5 minutes.
Yeah, by the time I get out on Fridays, Rampage is already over.
Yeah, right. So we do that on Fridays, and that is on the recorded Rampages only. We don't do that on the live ones, obviously, because live ones
It'd be kind of difficult.
Yeah. Thanks, Sean. Good seeing you, buddy.
Take it
Will
easy.
will that be one tomorrow or is that next
Yes,
week?
there'll be one tomorrow.
All right, brother. Let's get another. Where's my man, Justin Davis at? He's always got good party favors.
I am right here, Mr. Casio. It's good to see your beautiful face again, brother.
Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Zoe, there are rules. He's an unapproachable prick. I've met him about 5 times. You don't worry about that.
Well, you know what? A Pittsburgh Pirates fan and a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, like I know that you are, you cocksucker. Coming from you, it doesn't mean fuck all. How's that sound?
Well, right now, Tony, I don't want to admit to being a Cincinnati Reds fan. So.
Oh, really? How'd that Super Bowl work out for you?
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Okay, there you go.
I just have. Come here, Ellie. Come here. I want to show you. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Justin, are you drunk? Are you walking around the house drunk, tripping over shit? Okay.
My dog, she's running away.
Oh, wow.
I got a new baby here.
Ellie. What's her name?
Ellie.
Ellie. Hey, Ellie. Look, Ellie looking around like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. So I've now got Owen and Ellie. I've named both my French bulldogs after heart children.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I want you to name your next dog Teddy Hart and just keep him in a cage. I'm kidding.
That's probably a good recommendation.
Straight up, Teddy.
First of all, how is Lois doing?
Lois is fine. She just, I don't know if you heard our podcast. She just celebrated birthday number 70, which is year number 41 of my hell. And she has lost a lot of weight. She's lost a lot of weight. She's looking good. She's still having trouble with her knees. She's having trouble bending her knees, which means that blowjobs are out of the question.
Well, she's lost a bunch of weight. Those boobies are still big, right?
Oh yeah, they're still just sitting right on her knees. But yeah, thanks for asking for her. She's actually doing really, really well. Both of our dogs got into something in the backyard and they were sick. We had to take them to the vet today. And
yeah, I heard you say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It just turns our house upside down when the dogs are sick.
Yeah.
But other than that, she's doing great. And she's actually thinking about joining me on the road now for some shows.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
And I'll tell you guys,
breaking news.
I'll tell you guys the same thing that I say about this. And this is the truth. When I'm on the road, traveling on the road by myself, there is probably a 1 in 5 million chance that I'm going to get laid. If I bring Lois on the road, there's a 0 chance I'm getting laid. Okay.
So my question for you, my friend.
Okay, right.
You took you've I think created a new T-shirt tonight. Take a shit in a moving car, you motherfucker.
With your eyes open.
You took a shit in a moving car.
Yeah.
You shit on your bedroom floor.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that you are the one that snuck over to Casio's house, or not Casio, but Conrad's, and shit in his bathroom.
No, because what do you?
Is there truth to this theory?
No, there's no.
I
truth
just want heat off of me. Silva's fine, or now you're fine.
Okay. I listen. No. Well,
I don't know.
I know. Look, I know. I may have shit. Look, at my old age, shitting in your pants is a common occurrence. That's why I always pack extra pair of underwear. Okay. You laugh now. Wait till you get my age, JD, motherfucker.
Listen,
okay?
Bro, I'm not saying I've never done it.
Okay, then. But I can tell you this, that even though that I have shit my pants before, I have never missed the toilet like Casio.
Well, let me do a follow up to this real fast.
You know that was Silva.
Okay.
Silva's legs are so short he can't even touch the ground when he's on the toilet. So who knows? Oh, I also wanted to say hello, Shuli Agar. I'm a 20-year listener to the Howard Stern Show, and it's really cool to have you on.
Yeah, the big Shuli is with us, man. How about that?
But Tony, a follow-up question. You shit in a car, you shit in your bedroom. Is there anywhere else that you have shit inappropriately?
Well, I was
I go with the burning questions that's on the minds of everyone.
Okay. You shit anywhere inappropriately. Like it would be appropriate to shit in a bunch of places.
I remember I was working in the radio station one time, and I did for WSB radio, which, by the way, WSB radio, like the former promoter Jim Barnett, who maybe you guys have heard of. WSB radio and Jim Barnett can both die in fucking hell with Satan's dick up their ass. So anyway, so I was doing mornings for WSB radio, and I had terrible gas that morning, and I had to be at WSB radio at I had to be there like at 4 a.m. So I got up at like at 3:15. Terrible gas. And I'm in the back in one of the production rooms because we had production we had to do, either read spots or something. And I kept smelling shit. Okay? And I'm thinking, what? Did I step in dog shit? No, I had shit in my pants and I didn't realize it. Okay. So there I'm sitting.
How do you not realize it? You got to feel that a little bit.
Once again, you're going to be my age, JD. So shut the fuck up. Let me finish this anecdote. Okay. All right. I just, I do what any normal guy did. I just dropped my pants, took my underwear, okay, washed them out, threw my underwear away, went on and did like Dusty Rhodes always did. Wore your pants without your underwear.
Well, thank you for those hard-hitting answers.
Well, thank you. Yeah, well, thank you for the hard-hitting questions, you dumbass. Now, any wrestling question you got? Okay.
Fuck no. I've asked you all those.
Watch out. Keith Morrison's awake. Hang on a second. Keith, there you go, brother. Whoa, we were worried about you, man.
Tony, I'll see you in Chicago, buddy. Thank you.
All right, Justin, go fuck yourself.
Good seeing you again.
All right, take care.
You too.
Oh, right.
Keith, are you good, man?
You all right, brother?
The draft wasn't exciting.
Hey, listen, you don't have to shake your head, man. I'm with you, buddy. I know how it is. But now, listen. Here's a little thing for you. A lot of times when I'm like this, and I'm pretending I'm asleep when Lois is in the room. Okay, so I got you, brother.
Hey, Tony, real quick, we're gonna go to Shuli because he's apparently the hottest guy in the room now.
Hey,
somebody wanted to say hey to you, Big Booty Judy.
What's up,
Judy? I love that hair.
Thanks. Just got it done.
She's like tremendous. A stranger in the night.
She is
squatting.
She's also brought moonshine. She heard Lois got and brought moonshine for her.
I know she likes this kind of brand.
All right, I want to tell you my Judy Lois moonshine story real fast, and then we'll let Shuli talk. Shuli, hang on just a sec. So we went to the Super Bowl party at Conrad's, which I'll never do again. And okay, I mean, listen, the worst thing you can do is go to a Super Bowl party with a bunch of drunk millennials. Worst thing you can do. Okay, so went to Conrad's Super Bowl party, and Judy had the moonshine. Okay, yeah. And yeah, and Lois took a drink of it and said, "Man, I love that." So as Lois will do, she bought 3 cases of it, and those 3 cases were gone in like 2 weeks. And then Lois had a doctor's appointment. Lois says, "My liver count's up." I said, you fucking think? You've been drinking moonshine for 2 weeks. So thank you, Judy.
You're
and
welcome.
We
She
appreciate
tried
that.
to kill her.
Yeah, tried to kill her. Didn't work. But she no longer drinks the moonshine. She's just straight bourbon now. And about a bottle.
Yeah.
About a bottle of that a night. And it's still kind of blows me away that a nice young lady like Judy is married to Casio. It just blows me away every time I see it. So
Let's hope
surely
she never gets her cataracts fixed.
Yeah. Surely, what you got, brother?
You're in the same kind of like we're just.
Yeah, Pondwater's wife. We're just squatting in the
Just
floor.
sitting here.
What-
Hey,
Hey,
they don't
keep
have-
your
they don't give us chairs.
keep your head above board there, girl. Okay. Jesus, criminy.
Judy looks like Leia in Return of the Jedi being chained to Jabba.
Tony's
All
that
right,
little
I'm out.
minion
I'll
that
see you
Jabba
guys.
had. That
I'm
sat
done.
there on the fucking edge.
Surely out.
Good night, everybody.
That was Sheila. He's gone. You can go back to
No,
sleep now, Keith.
Yeah. Sorry to wake you, Keith. Nothing advertises a show better than a guy. Just fucking reminds me of playing in Vegas in the casinos. I walk out to 12 assholes with their arms folded, like I'm the blackjack dealer that took your $100. Go fuck yourself.
What's up, Julie? How you been, bro?
I'm good, man. I want to jump right into it.
Sure.
I have 2 shitting stories. If you'd love to hear them, and I'd love to tell them.
I'm always into shitting stories.
Well, so one goes back to when I was a summer camp counselor, and another counselor friend of mine. We're getting ready to go on a big hike with the whole camp, and he says to me, he's like this survivalist Israeli dude, so he'll make weapons out of shit and kill shit and cook it. So he says, listen, if you need to take a shit while you are in the woods, bring a rope with you, find a tree, tie the rope around the tree and around your waist, and you can lean back and everything falls out. So it's like a squatty potty, like a gravity squatty potty, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So of course, I'm a stoner. I can't find rope. I end up I had one of those belts. Remember the fabric that was like weaved in together, those really cheap belts?
Yeah, I got one of those still.
Yeah, like a swap meet belt. And I bring that, and sure enough, I have to take a shit. So I find a small enough tree where I can hold the belt like chopper handlebars on a motorcycle.
Right.
And I just lean back, and unbelievable, falls right out of me.
Wow.
And then the belt snaps and I fall right into it. I fall right back onto my shit. Yeah. And that's a tough one to explain to the kids, but it's a lesson that they got to learn, you know? And then the second one is I got invited to the set of the Drew Carey show by the great Sam Simon, director, one of the creators of The Simpsons. He was a fan of my stand-up. And so he invites me to the set. I'd never been to a set before. He's got the whole spread laid out for me. He's got the director's chair with the headphones. I'm watching him. It's amazing. And then I got to take a shit. So I find a bathroom and I get in and I take a shit and it's not good. And I'm done and I wipe and I go to flush the toilet and the handle just goes clink, 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 clink.
Yeah. Right.
And if we have any plumbers out there, you'll know that means there's not a drop of water in the toilet. And then I started to look around and I realized, the bathroom is on top of a pallet and the pallet has wheels and there's no ceiling. And that's when I realized I just shit in the prop toilet on the set of the Drew Carey show. And so I did what anybody would do. I told Sam my mom had fallen down and I had to rush home and I got the fuck out of there. And I didn't hear from him for nine months. And he calls me out of the blue and he invites me to movie night at his house, which his house is the only house on this street. It's massive, right? This guy's worth everything. And we come inside and here's the guest list. It's Kelsey Grammer, Drew Carey, Weird Al Yankovic,
wow,
and Michael and Bruce Buffer, the Buffer brothers,
right,
and Shuley, right, and I'm waiting for them to hand me a tray, and tell me to start serving drinks to people, and we have dinner, and then we go into his private theater to watch Dolomite, and the lights go down. and the movie starts, and Sam leans over to me and he goes, "My toilet's flush here, by the way." And I'm like, this is why he's a fucking comedic genius. The guy waited 9 months to tell me he knew I shit in a prop toilet.
That's the longest callback ever.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Speaking of shit in a toilet, explain to me Bugsy McGraw, because for the life of me, I can't figure this thing out.
Right. I only worked for Bugsy a couple of times, and he was pretty much as nutty as his TV persona was. I mean, that was Bugsy, right? He just like.
It was the weirdest gimmick.
What is the weirdest gimmick?
He would go in and out of like being a clown and a possible, molester. I don't know. He was there was a lot of weird vibes when he came out.
Yeah. Well, the mental health people would get on us now for a gimmick like that, and then I would have to say on TV, no, but you don't understand. He is really fucking crazy.
Yeah, right. That's your defense. That might not go well.
That's right. Yeah,
no, I'm telling you, this guy's nuttier than a shithouse rat. Listen to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
By the way, the last month, I've been on this deep dive on the cock of World Championship Wrestling.
Oh.
And I'm up to 88 now.
Okay.
And there's nothing better. That format is just the greatest format ever.
Yeah, man.
Because you care about the squash matches because you want to see how bad these guys get their ass kicked.
Mm-hmm.
And it's simplified, man. It's like cooking, right? The more shit you put in the meal, the more fucked up it ends up getting, right?
Yeah, sure. It's just back then it was an infomercial to get you going to the arenas. That's all it was.
It was great. It was
great.
And the stories were there too. It wasn't just,
Yeah. It was good shit, man.
Yeah.
Laid the foundation for what we are today. It really did.
What you are today. A slave to Lois.
I know what I am. Thank you very much, Julie. I know what the fuck I am.
Yeah, you better. I know you're a big gamer. I didn't know you were such a big gamer.
Yeah. I just got the Xbox, and I've got a within the next 2 days, I got a PlayStation 5 coming in.
Nice. What are you playing these days?
I'm playing Gran Turismo Sport.
Okay.
I just started playing the Halo Infinite.
Okay.
On the Xbox. And I'm starting to play this game called Death Stranding on PlayStation 4, which is a weird. It's got like Norman Reedus is in it.
And, I remember that game.
Yeah, and Mads Milliken or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And the girl who was the James Bond, the latest James Bond, Leah, whatever her name is. I can't pronounce her last name. They are main characters in this thing. And you can never die, but if somehow you get reborn every time. But every time you get pulled to hell and reborn, the planet becomes more and more fucked up. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. No wonder Lois isn't banging you. I mean, listen to what you're talking about. This is nonsense.
You know what? I ain't got time for her because I've got to survive.
Right.
In Halo. Okay. I ain't got time for pussy. I got to survive. Okay. So there you go. So yeah, and I'm going to start my Twitch channel very soon.
Oh, then we got to link up, dude. We got to link up.
Fucking pop.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I may be like the oldest gamer out there. I'm not sure. And this all came about when my sons and I played video games back in the 90s. I had 4 boys.
Yeah.
And I played video games with them. We had the regular Nintendo, we had Super Nintendo, 64, we had Sega Genesis. We had all those, and we played them all the time, and I just kind of got hooked in it. It's like I said online recently. And now the good news is all those fuckers are out of the house and the controllers are mine and not theirs. Okay.
I can't wait. People go, are you, for the future, do you want them to be doctors, lawyers? I go, I want them to be out of here. I want my time.
Exactly.
That's what I want.
Exactly. I thought when they were younger, I thought, oh God, when they leave, I don't know what I'm going to do. But when they were that age, it was like foot in their ass and get out the door.
Here's what you're going to do. You're going to sit naked in your gaming chair and have your bat wings stick to it when you get up. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah,
and
me and my dog, me and Bug, and fuck the world. That's me. Okay.
I love it. And listen, I don't know how my wife puts up with it. I got a whole setup down here, and I'm playing. What got me back into gaming was the battle royale modes. Those games.
Okay.
That I like because It's you're playing against other players. The field of play keeps shrinking. And when you get to like the top 5 out of 100 players, your heart starts beating, your adrenaline starts, everything that would happen if you actually moved and were active starts happening while you're playing a video game. And that's new. That's never happened before.
I don't need that shit, man.
Oh, you would love it. We got to get you on some Call of Duty so me and you can curse out some fucking 12-year-olds in Iowa that are kicking our ass every 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's because they fucking cheat.
They are. That's what I tell them all the time. They go, one kid goes, "You sound old to be." I go, "I'm old enough to get your IP address, you old fuck. What do you think of that?" And then I'm going to fly down to your goddamn house. And then my wife's like, "What are you doing?"
That's how me and Shirley met.
That is how we met. I flew down to Huntsville to kick his ass, and then I just bought a place here.
Stuck.
Well, I love you. I won't monopolize everybody's time. I'm sorry for being, an annoying Jew. Thank you. You got to come on my podcast sometime.
I will.
All right?
I
was talking to Casio, but I'll have you on too.
I was just saying, I love being on Jesus Killer's podcast. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. We killed Jesus. You started it, fucker. I wasn't going to go there.
Okay.
Don't test me. All right, bye.
All right. Is the Jew gone? Oh, thank
I don't know how, but Jacob Beardsley, you have to follow that there, Vince Russo.
Bro, hear me out, bro. No. Okay. That actually worked out perfectly. I can't thank Tony and Shuli enough for setting that up for me. First of all, hi Tony, thank you Tony, thank you Casio for doing this.
What's up, brother?
Long time listener, first time caller, I guess. Been listening to you since obviously I was young. I'm not young anymore, but grew up with the old WCW and NWA, and it was really cool to fall back into this via the nostalgia kick. My question actually piggybacks off of what Shirley was saying there on the Twitch channel. I was going to ask you about the Twitch channel and where you were at on that and how things look on that, and just throw your way that if you ever needed any help, I actually run the Twitch channel for Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, wow.
Official channel.
Okay.
So if you ever needed anything, any kind of help dealing with setup, trolls, anything like that, I'd be happy to lend my services to you.
Yeah, that's great. I will, if you'll DM me your email or something,
will do.
Then we'll stay in contact. I'm in the process of ordering equipment for it. Evil Uno, who's a big gamer, is helping me set it up. But I may have some questions about that. I was talking to, I may have mentioned this before, and I know how we are on television. I'm a friend of Britt Baker, and Britt Baker's boyfriend is Adam Cole, and Tony Schiavone hates Adam Cole. But in reality, Adam Cole is one of the nicest young men I've ever been around in my life. He really is. I really have a lot of time for that kid. Just a great guy. And he and I talk gaming a lot, and I mentioned the fact that my daughter kind of controls my Twitter, all my social media, because I kind of got off on it or just left off because of the fucking trolls. Didn't need them in my life. Fuck them. But then it felt very good blocking them. But then when I got back into it, I started tweeting and putting things on social media about video games. And I discovered that the people that are in the video games, and Adam Cole and I were talking about this just last night, just last night. And sometimes I got to think about what day it is. That the people that are in gaming are like the nicest people in the world.
Yeah,
on social media. Genuinely good people, not trolls. And there's some trolls in every walk, I know, but so that's kind of got me back on social media, interacting with people like you, Jacob, and people who are into gaming, just good people. So I really enjoy it. I really do.
It was kind of fun to see, if you don't mind my seeing old grumpy Tony be happy over the last week or two on the social media. It was really cool to see. You had a little sparkle, a little gleam. So it was nice.
Yeah, I'm really, and listen, social media is like, again, an old cliche. It's like going down a rabbit hole. You can stick on that thing for hours, but I'll just jump on, say something, and come back, 6-8 hours later when I'm thinking about it and see what everybody said. So, but I'm having fun. So the last great ride of Tony Schiavone, the last great ride. Going down with the controller in my hand.
There you go. Yeah, take it for all it's worth, and
That's
everybody
right.
would have a kick out of laughing with you along the way.
Yeah, you know, I've had a lot of people said, "Are you going to retire?" I was, what? Retire from watching wrestling? What the fuck? How do you retire from that? I said, no, I really want to. I really want to, because it would make a great story if we're in the middle of a dynamite and all of a sudden, and I'm dead. Wouldn't that be a great story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be. It would be front page fucking news.
You'd be viral. Yeah, you'd be a big hit.
Yeah, and what's wrong with Tony? He's dead. Okay, and I just think that would be just a great way to go. So that's the way,
Well, thank you for answering, Tony.
All right,
again,
Jacob.
thank you for everything, and thanks again, Casio, for doing this.
Thanks for the
Thanks,
offer
Jacob.
too of helping me. I appreciate you, Jacob.
My pleasure.
All right, we got a few more. Brad Stanton, where you at, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Casio? Hey, Tony, how are you?
Hey, Brad, what's going on, brother?
Hi. Sorry, I'm in the dark, so I had to put up this nice graphic.
Yeah, kick out crew. Got you, brother.
Hey, Coach Rosie already asked my question, but I figured I'd ask you a parenting question instead.
Oh.
I have 3 kids in high school right now.
Yeah.
And I was just curious, did you teach your kids how to drive? And if you did, what medication did you take? Because mine's not working.
I kind of did. I mean, they had driver's ed in school. My daughter had a tough time getting her license. Tim Schiavone, who is the oldest one of my twins, had no fucking clue about how to drive. I remember him going for his driving test, and I was waiting on him, and he went to get his license doing the driving test, and he got out of the car. I could see the car, got out, and he was cussing on the way up. Goddamn. I said, what happened? He said, I ran a goddamn stop sign. And, being the compassionate father that I was at that time, I said, you fucking dumbass, get in the car. Yeah, Brad, this is not an easy time. This is not an easy time. But here's the flip side of that. As a parent, high school is a much easier time than middle school was. Middle school was like the fucking worst. So take some solace in that. But yeah, I did work with them in learning how to drive.
I appreciate the advice. And hey, by the way, I really enjoyed the Lois Turn 70 show. I thought that was really nice.
Thanks.
And
thank you.
I told my wife about it, and I said, I hope I still like you when you're 70. Like, yeah, Tony does. So anyway,
Yeah.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for coming out tonight.
All right, Brad. Good talking to you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. Let's hit Brian. Brian F., where you at, brother?
Right here, Casio.
There you are.
You probably don't remember last time you were on the collectibles. We're big Colts guys, so maybe I'll be more memorable this way.
Yeah.
Wow. How about that?
Anyway, Tony, you're the whole reason I went down this whole ad-free shows.
Oh, wow.
Went from $9 all the way to my push, and maybe someday I'll be a top guy. But right now, I'm pushing my way through all Conrad stuff.
Well, good, Brian, good. Man.
But yeah, I had a just positive things to say, sort of positive, negative. So the positive thing is, yeah, you and Conrad bring a lot of joy to a lot of people's lives, and
thanks.
I'm moving around a lot. I was in Seoul, Korea. Now I'm in Sydney. So
wow,
don't have all my normal creature comforts of Indianapolis. So it's good to have the podcast.
Are you guys still quarantined in Australia?
Oh, no, it's back to normal pretty much.
Oh,
they're opening
good.
up international travel soon. So
oh, good. Okay.
We can travel around soon. But I just wanted to let you know that. And then on the negative side, I wanted to say you don't have to worry about that guy that was trolling you back in 2000. So I think he didn't stay too positive in his life after not making money on the website. So he is dead as a door now. So you don't have to worry about that.
He's dead?
He died a couple of years ago. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
Okay.
He had a Twitter feed and didn't take care of himself. And I think he got bitter because he didn't make any money writing a bunch of crap.
Well, I listen. I don't.
Right.
Hard feelings against him. I mean, I hope that Satan's got his dick up his ass too. So
that's right. That's right. You get what you put out in the world, Tony.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
But you
With
and
his eyes open.
Yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let everybody else
Brian.
get in. But it was great
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you, buddy.
Bobby Duncan, I hope you're with us and not in hell getting fucked by Satan with his eyes open. Bobby, where you at?
Right. Hey, how's it going,
There you
Casio?
are. What's up, brother?
Hey, man, good to see you in Dallas, and can't wait for Chicago. Hey, Tony, how you doing, sir?
Bobby, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, waiting on the daughter to get out of dance class.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I got a question for you. A couple of them, actually. The transition between JCP and WCW when Ted bought it.
Yeah.
What was it like for for the broadcasters and the wrestlers? Was it just another day at the office, or was it a big deal?
No, it was a big deal. And the reason it was a big deal is because Jim Herd sucked.
Yeah.
And we're now working for a guy who was a fucking idiot. And so that was the big deal. And of course, I've mentioned this story before, and I'll make it very brief that, and it's in my book. We went in and talked to him and Jack Petrick, JR and I did. And JR basically, because JR was and still is, one of the greatest salesmen ever, basically Jim and I got us big money. And then I went home and thought, I don't really want to work for this guy. I really don't want to work for Turner Broadcasting. And so that's when I left the WWE. And I know it was sad that I left because JR was getting a bigger push than me. And that's a lie. I left because I didn't want to work for Turner Broadcasting and Jim Herd. And I was going to get good money. But WWE offered me more money. And I just wanted to see how I would do up there. But we went from a very small-time mom-and-pop organization to working for a TV station, a TV network that really didn't give a shit about us. And I think everybody knew that, from the people who worked in the front office, from the announcers to the wrestlers. They just tried to make the best out of it. But we knew that, again, the reason Vince McMahon has worked is Vince owns the wrestling company. USA Network or Fox does not own the WWE. And that's one of the reasons AEW is working, because Tony Khan owns the company, not Turner Broadcasting. If a TV station is going to own a wrestling company, and this is a cautionary tale, if Disney ever buys WWE like it's been rumored, it ain't going to be the same. It's not going to be the same, because it's just going to be another, if Disney, or let's say Fox buys a WWE, it's just going to be another thing that they got aside from their streaming service, their Fox News, the football. When the wrestling company is the entire focus of what you're doing, that's when a wrestling company can prosper, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. They didn't want it.
No,
the minute Ted bought the thing, they were like, we want it gone.
And the minute Ted was out, we were out the door too, basically.
Yeah, the minute they, like in the, I think it was the rise and fall of Ted Turner's WCW, the video that WWE did.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what everybody said in there. The minute that Ted Turner was neutralized, it was done.
Yep.
There was no more.
No, you're right.
My other question, and I don't want to tie it all up, since they were doing the transition between JCP and WCW, did they start working on the graphics transition before that, or because it just like dropped, almost like it dropped immediately? So it felt to me like they had the WCW graphics ready to go.
Yeah, well, graphics back then, Bobby, were not as big a deal as they are now to put together. You could probably do a new graphic on one of those Chiron keyboards. So yeah. No, I listen, the company was so fucking stupid. It had no forethought.
Yeah, it just, I don't know.
It didn't know. Listen, here's the company that brought out Ric Flair against Ricky Steamboat and had Ric Flair's name spelled R-I-C-K in the background. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know about this company.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then you got the deal what was it? One of the, I don't know if it was David Crockett or Jim or who it was on that same DVD. And they said, a month before that, before they bought it, they sold out an arena. And then, the next time they couldn't even get, butts in the seats, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is.
Golly, y'all.
Yeah. It's kind of because too, that the focus was shifting away from the arenas to TV. And that's kind of all it is right now. I know the WWE runs house shows. AEW does not, but it's just, that was kind of the trend. To me, that era was kind of the transition from it becoming. What became more important was not the gates, not drawing money at the gates. It was giving a good number for the television network. Hey, listen, it to me was kind of apparent, and this was really stupid. I don't know why. If you go back and watch the Nitros, it's almost like we were so determined for Nitro to do a good number that was bigger to us than having a good pay-per-view show.
Yeah.
And the pay-per-view is where you make your freaking money.
Yep.
But Nitro was more important. That's because we were owned by the network.
Right. Yeah. I mean, all they cared about was putting a product on the air, as Arn Anderson said.
That's it. Yep.
They didn't care if it was any good. They just said, put one on the air.
Yep, exactly.
So, all right. Well, good talking to you, buddy. And we will see you in Chicago.
Thanks, man.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Thanks, Casio. Thank you, sir.
We got time for 3 more quick ones. Matthew, what you got, brother?
How are you, Casio?
Good, man. Appreciate you joining us.
Tony, how are you, sir? You are the man.
Thanks, Matthew. Good talking to you, brother.
It's good talking to you. This is an honor, by the way. First time ever getting to talk. It's a complete honor. I watched you like everybody else growing up. So,
all right. Take care. Thank you.
I kind of like to get to know what your favorites are. So I guess my question would be, if you could have a holy grail scenario, if you could any 2 wrestlers, put them in any building, any venue, and someone to call the match with you, what would be your ultimate scenario, and why? What is it about them people why you picked them?
Well, I've answered this question before, and it kind of hit me one day. I would like to see in their prime Ricky Steamboat go up against Kenny Omega, and I would also like to call the match with JR. I think as legit sports, call it as a sports, as a real sport.
What would be your mecca venue, your all-time favorite venue?
Oh, it'd be Madison Square Garden.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
No question. No question.
Well, it was fine. I thought maybe you had some in the old Atlanta days, or a JCP type.
No, you know what? We never, if you go back and take a look, we never drew well in Atlanta.
Right.
We never did really well at the old Omni. We did well at some other place, but the Omni was like, eh. I know Arn has said on his podcast, the Omni was the Madison Square Garden of the South, and no, it was not. The South didn't have a Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden was, and still is, the greatest wrestling venue ever.
Fair enough. Well, I don't want to take up too much time. I look forward to meeting you. I upgrade on the first here, so I'll be at Top Guy Weekend.
I'll be there.
Meeting you.
I'll be there, and I'll be sober.
Keep
All
up the awesome work. I have a story that I won't take up time to do, but I look forward to telling you guys. You guys did something amazing for me and my family that you guys ain't aware of, and I look forward to telling.
All right, great, Matt. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
Matthew, we all look forward to seeing you, brother. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you upgrading, man.
I look forward to it.
We got our last 2 here. Let's get Darren in. Darren, what's up, brother?
Hey, thanks for putting me on. I do want to piggyback on one thing that was just said when you're talking about the MSG of the South. I think the closest thing would be Greensboro Coliseum.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just my opinion. The question I want to ask, and I'll try to be brief. It came up when you were talking to Shuley about playing video games with your kids.
Right.
My brother and I had an old school NES. We used to play a game called Ring King.
Ring King, okay.
Yeah, it was a boxing game.
All right.
And my brother and I figured out a trick where we could knock the other boxer out of the ring. Like he would leap, he would go flip over backwards out of the ring. And we always used to play dad so that we could knock him out of the ring. So we come home from school one day and dad's home, which is rare. You know, he's rarely home when we get out of school. He says, "You guys want to play Ring King?" He destroys us. He's knocking us out of the ring. He literally took a day off work to practice his game so that he could beat the shit out of us and say, "See, thought you could get old dad." I was wondering if you had that competitive thing with your kids on the video games.
Yeah, we competed. We did the Mike Tyson boxing game, whatever that was.
Yeah, punch out.
Yeah, we competed on that a lot. We competed on Super Mario Brothers 2 or Mario Brothers 2. I was the first person in the family to beat that game. Okay. And I beat it at 3 o'clock in the morning during a school day. Okay. And I woke those little four fuckers up. And I said, "Hey, what, Dad? What? I just beat Super Mario Brothers 2. So there you go." And went to the twins had one bedroom. Chris had one. Matt had one. Woke them all up. So, yeah, it was always kind of the competition about who could get further on a Mario game or something like that.
Is that it, Darren?
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. God, you reminded me of I got my dad into it because I got him to play Contra with me because I needed another guy to shoot him up. And then we got Zelda.
Yeah.
And I was fighting the last boss on Zelda. And he finally said, "Would you like me to show you how to do it?" And I said, "Well, you don't know." And he said, "I beat that son of a bitch last week. I've been waiting on you to get here."
I beat that son of a bitch last week.
Yeah, I was like, "You son of a bitch."
Oh, God.
All right, we got time for one more. Sorensen with a great picture of me pinning him.
Oh, God.
Out in Dallas. What's up, brother?
Howdy. I had to feed the ego just a little bit for you, Casio. You got here with Jeff Jarrett still, or are you good?
My jaw's a little hurt. You can't. I'm fat, so you can't tell it's still swollen. But
yeah, I heard he smacked you in the mouth. You should have just done a leg dive on that fucking motherfucker. I would have sold it, gone down to one knee, and then grabbed his leg and not let go.
There's Top Guy weekend. I got to get retaliation.
Well, I'll tell you what. You grab his leg, and I'll kick him in the nuts for you.
I don't know if you kissed the made up yet.
All right, what do you got for tea?
Mr. Tony Schiavone, I was watching an old Nitro, and it was towards actually the very end when there was a coffin on wheels.
Yeah.
But do you remember the Jeff Jarrett fat suit?
No.
Incident?
I remember the Tori Wilson fat suit. I remember that. You remember they did a video with Tori Wilson about when she was younger, about, she was a fat girl. And I was working with Madden, and Madden came up with the greatest line in the world. We did the video. We came out of the video. Tori had put this fat suit on, and Madden said, "How could anyone let themselves go like that?" And of course, Madden was like, that big around. And I thought it was so cool the way Madden said that. But I don't remember that. I don't remember the double J fat suit. No.
It was to build up towards Greed.
Okay.
It involved Dustin, Jeff.
Okay.
But why does Jeff Jarrett think he's a horseman?
Why does Jeff Jarrett think he's a horseman? Because he's he's delusional. Okay. Hey, he invested in a minor league baseball team. Why don't he just take his money and throw it down the fucking shitter? Okay.
I've been to Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, why not the Savannah Bananas? He got what is he, a co-owner of a team in Springfield or wherever?
Aaron, the guy from LA Law is doing a
You shut the hell
there.
up. It's my time.
Oh, yes, sir. Shit.
Okay.
You got it, pal.
Okay. Go ahead, Sorens.
But
you want to take
Tony,
everyone? Go ahead.
Tony, you're truly one of the best all-time commentators in sports and professional wrestling. Sorry, I'm sorry I'm not as great as you, but I hope I'm half the man you are when I'm 60.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the nice comments. Even though you did heel on Coach Rosie, I appreciate you, brother.
He deserved it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Corbin Burnson, he's going to be there. Fucking Corbin Burnson. Who the hell wants a Corbin Burnson autograph?
Yeah.
Double J's bringing him out there. I mean, shit. They're going to get the blue hairs out from the nursing home.
He might have been in that 69 Tops, brother. We don't know. Corbin played baseball, didn't he?
That new podcast needs a lot less coach. Just saying.
Oh, look, we can't have people turning on each other.
Okay,
Let's
we're healing
stop
out.
that.
All right. All right. I just got a note from Lois. Got to bring the bug down for his medicine, so I got to do that, and that's an experience in itself. We got
The
to put
fact that we
that.
made it through without him shitting himself or you shitting yourself is a big win.
Yeah, we need to put the bug medicine regimen on WHW Monday sometime because it's something else.
That'll be your first Twitch episode. You give him
Giving him medicine.
Well, guys, gals, everybody, thank you for joining us. Thank you for asking questions, hanging out with us. Tony, we greatly appreciate your time, brother. We know how busy you are. Thank
Thanks,
you, thank
brother.
you, thank you, my man.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see everybody at Top Guy Weekend too.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Tony.
it. All right.
See you tomorrow night.
All right, Eddie.
Candy lickers.
All right.